Oh, we are live. Yes, excellent. Thank you very much, Jason.
You're welcome.
It's the usual crew, and we're going to be doing some character generation for a game of Dune, Chronicles of the Imperium. So this was published back in the 80s, I think, on a fairly limited run. Only did about 3,000 copies, and they are actually silly money if you want to buy one. I think there's one on Amazon for about 2,500.
We don't condone piracy, so we're all rich and have purchased it.
Evidently.
Because we don't condone
it,
piracy.
and then we've scanned the book.
£2,500 each.
And then we've scanned the books onto our computers, hence why we're looking at our screens.
Yeah, but we all had to own a copy of it before we did that.
Yes,
because
absolutely.
otherwise that would be illegal.
Right,
I'm looking forward to the extra 2 years of work to pay off the mortgage.
Hello, Stephen.
Hello, Steve.
Hello, Stephen.
Happy Saturday.
So there's basically three methods for creating a character. Okay, so there's a couple of there's some pre-generated ones, or there's a overlay method, which is basically choosing pre-prepared sections of a character sheet, or there's an actual point allocation method. So which of the last? It's up to you. I don't mind which you want to do.
It's up to you. Because we haven't got any preference. Like, we've not played this game before, so it's like all new to us.
Yeah.
Who has played it before? Up until you said you wanted to do it, I'd never heard of it. So,
well, Becky knows the most about Dune out of the three of us, but none of us have played the system.
I know a bit about it. I mean, I'm more interested to know when in Dune's history you intend to set it. Like, are we part of the Golden Path? Are we before Arrakis becomes Atreides? And
yeah, I was thinking of New Imperium before Arrakis, before Atreides Arrakis. Maybe in the lead up to that.
Okay.
Possibly. I don't know.
So basically, before the books.
Before the books.
So none of my knowledge helps. That's good.
Well,
that's good. It levels the playing field.
I think it will, because obviously you know a bit of the history and how the actual empire works.
That's a pretty generic feudal system, frankly.
Well, yeah, but the first thing we have to do then is to choose allegiance to a house. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing a minor house.
Okay.
Minor houses are aligned to a greater house. Aligned to a greater house, and they're giving fiefs on chosen planets to run a city or an industry or a corporation or something like that. So,
I take it we're all going to be in the same house.
Yes. I don't think it'd be much good if you weren't, actually.
No.
I get in the master bedroom.
Wow. Well, not quite that sort of house. Right. Okay.
Okay, but I actually get the bed inside the master bedroom.
Okay, so where's the houses to? Back here. Right. Okay, so.
That's two.
Is it somewhere in the 800-page encyclopedia?
Not the encyclopedia.
I'm not going near that encyclopedia unless asked to.
Page 30 begins the houses of the land tribe. Well, begins the houses that are detailed. Okay, so Atreides is the first one.
Yeah, no, that's a major house.
Yeah, these are the houses. These are the great houses you're going to be aligned to. So pick one of these. Atreides. Carino,
it gives a couple of minor houses in the description.
There's 3 minor houses for each great house. So you've got Atreides, Carino, which is the Emperor's house, Harkonnen, which are the bad guys.
If you're not Harkonnen, but yeah, it's
okay,
relative,
yeah,
right?
That's true. That's true.
They are presented as the bad guys because the story is told from the Atreides point of view, because it's about the God Emperor before he's a God Emperor.
Yes.
We're not telling that story.
Hmm.
Well, possibly not
I'm
yet.
tempted by that then.
I have actually just totally dumbfounded Phil here, and he's now confused. Like, shut up, Becky. I'm trying to run a game. You're a nightmare. You're like the worst kind of player there is.
Oh, it's going to have to be a rant video tomorrow, I tell you. Moritini, Tracidi, Welwich. So there's 4 ground houses there. And if you, they all have like different attributes. Obviously, the Atreides are the goodies. Harkonnen are, from certain people's perspectives, are the bad guys. Okay, so what they say about the houses. If you know anything about the movie, the Atreides is the really honourable house, very old, respected family, quite good at statecraft, not massively rich, but well thought of and well supported by, got a lot of allies. As I said, Carino is the Emperor's house, so that house is in charge of everything. Could be called upon to do some quite dodgy things in the name of the Emperor if he wants to punish some houses without being open about it. He could be some subterfuge stuff going on there. Obviously, the Harkonnens are quite. If you watch the movie, they are quite the bad guys because of the way they treat their own population as well. They're pretty suppressed population.
Whale fur.
Yeah,
They have a big whale fur market apparently.
a lot of gladiatorial games going on there as well. Everyone gets a heart plug and that sort of stuff.
Does that apply in the minor houses, though? I suppose it would, wouldn't it?
If you're on Gigi Prime, yes, certainly. If you're a Harkonnen.
Yeah.
So the Mauritani, they are quite. The count is quite a young person in charge. They employ a lot of assassins.
Duke is saying we should play Harkonnen, and I'm inclined to agree.
Right. Okay.
But Jason, why don't you get a vote?
We're not going to play Harkonnen. We're going to play a house.
Yeah, a minor house underneath the Harkonnen. But you two obviously, need to have input too. Are we going to be goodies or baddies?
I thought the whole point was because there was so much intrigue. There's no such thing as goodies and baddies, and we're all from different perspectives.
Are we going to have honor, or are we going to have heart plugs?
Can you explain what heart plugs actually do?
Okay, so if you pull the heart plug out, your blood drains out your heart and you die.
Basically, they've instead of the artery going directly to your heart, it loops out of your body in a plastic tube and back in. So if they want to kill it, they can just go.
It's to make sure that you do as you're told.
What if you accidentally trip on it yourself and pull it out?
Then you're fucked. See, the heart plug thing kind of puts me off Harkonnen. Moral questionables aside, the heart plug thing is a bit of a questionable thing for me.
Yeah, it seems rather flawed.
I was looking at House Wallach actually.
Wallach.
House Wallach.
Wallach. Yes, no, they are quite. They're the ones that are quite tech orientated.
Well, it's more for the day from the House Wallach swore a chivalric oath to defend the Imperium with the blood of its line.
No, the tech ones were on before that.
And emblazoning the motto God Imperium House upon his coat of arms, the Baron instituted a tradition of imperial service the House Wallach perpetuates even to the present day.
The minor houses seem to focus a lot on things like military discipline and intellect.
Mm-hmm.
about Seda? Least conventional House of the Phoenix. Oh, they're isolationists.
To be honest, the Harkonnens would be an interesting one if it wasn't for the plugs.
Well, we could be off Jedi Prime because the minor house wouldn't necessarily have the heart plugs unless they're going to Jedi Prime.
A grand house. A grand house might control more than one planet as well. Should not necessarily on Geeky Prime.
I just don't like the idea of being able to be killed in the same way that a bath can be run out of water.
Well, that's easy then. We just don't be anywhere near Jedi Prime. If you want to be evil.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of playing honourable.
Honourable. Well, that just speaks of Atreides.
If you want to be, probably the most honourable house, yes.
As I say, House Wallach looks interesting as well, but yeah, they're the same, really, I guess.
I mean, I think all the houses are fairly militaristic, fairly martial. I think that's just a thing that runs through the whole thing, really, because there's so much combativeness in the Empire. You could be attacked at any minute, really.
Oh, one of the minor houses for Harkonnen are basically pirates, or from piratical heritage, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is favoured with brutal oppression, and another one... Oh, are masters of political intrigue.
Yeah, I mean, they are...
That's
the last one, isn't it? And obviously on the second page of the Harkonnen description, you can see how your relations with the other houses are as well.
Yes.
Just to give you a bit of a feel for the way the game will be going. So what's your feelings about which one you want to play?
Well, for me, the minor houses of Harkonnen actually look really interesting. And we can do away with the plugs that Becky said if needs be.
I don't think we so much do away with them as just don't go near Jedi Prime.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not going to get your plug pulled unless you've done something really bad and get caught. And it's usually your own side that does that.
Yeah, but when you're it's only when you're serving, if you like, Harkonnens, you would even have it exposed. Because if you're on Jedi Prime, your heart plug will be external, but you're going off world or whatever, you're dealing with other houses, you wouldn't even have that visible. It would be under clothes.
Yeah, I mean, if it was a soldier, it'd be the same sort of thing. It wouldn't be on show if it was a soldier, because it's a bit silly. If he was a servant or a slavesman or a bondsman in some sort of fashion, then on Gigi Prime, Becky's right, then it would be exposed.
But anyway, that's a Jedi Prime thing, or Harkonnen major house thing.
Yeah. So is that what you all fancy?
Ronnie's not so sure.
I'm not so sure.
You're not so sure. Okay, well, if you want honourable, as Becky said, there is Atreides. What did they say about?
Well, there is, of course, Karina as well. If you want to go full Emperor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there is. The Martini are sort of able schemers.
Doesn't sound particularly honourable.
There's a bit of scheming going on in everyone's.
Yeah, I mean, everyone schemes. It's whether you're scheming
within plans within plans.
Mm.
You know, all houses will have schemers. I mean, you can't have a system of sort of feudal system of sort of houses and so on without someone doing the scheming for your house just to work things behind the scenes.
Mhm.
You know, every house is going to have schemers.
House Evangelos sounds quite cute. Although they're very secretive.
House of which one, sorry?
Evangelos. They're under the Carino house.
Oh, right, okay. Well, that'll be quite interesting playing the Emperor. I mean, you would be right in the thick of things, being minor house of the Emperor. That would also mean you'd be directly related to the Emperor.
It's got potential, that one.
Which one?
The house, minor house of Angelos. It's intriguing.
Evangelos.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're
Yeah,
part of
House
the.
Carino.
Page
Yeah.
32.
I know.
Page 32, Becky.
They work from the shadows.
Well, that doesn't sound very honourable.
That's what I just said.
There's what, 6 or 7 major houses? Just to answer for Duke's question.
No, they're a distaff house, so I think that means that they're more of a matriarchal head.
None of the Atreides minor houses really sticking out for me.
I think the Atreides,
Maybe Spiriton, but that's very
the
good.
Atreides possibly might be a little bit boring.
Yeah, they're a little too on the nose.
I say you will be in the heart of it if you came with who's in the Emperor house. Oh, Fuchs said, how many major houses are there in total? In the actual game, 6 are given, but in the actual book, tens of thousands.
See, when you get to tens of thousands, the term major house kind of loses a bit of its sheen.
Well, it's because the major houses, they hold chosen company contracts. They are in charge of entire planets. And they have these minor houses working for them effectively. Minor houses are basically extended family from the Great House.
Right.
It all stems from their Farfallujah caste system they've got.
I think House Slavona is the most interesting.
That's Carino.
It is one of the Carino minor ones, but they want to move the imperial throne back to Salusa.
Ooh.
Because they think the Sardorca are getting soft. They need a strong supreme commander.
So we're going to move from Kaitang.
I think you missed that bit.
So then you've actually got even if we have our own schemes or whatever, we have this sort of driving family direction of, the Imperial's gone all pansy.
Basically, as well, the political situation you'll be in is where all the great houses are vying for superiority. Same with the minor houses, even within your great house. Because if something goes wrong with the great house and the line of the great house is lost, then a prominent lesser house will be promoted to fill the position. So you could end up being the great house in the end.
Okay.
So obviously you're vying with you're just trying to knock down all the other minor houses to become the prominent one, just in case you can take the place. But
And then
unless,
we deal with just in case and make it happen.
yes, you could do unless the leader of the Great House thinks you're becoming too much of a problem, too much competition.
I just feel sorry for Justin. Poor Mr. Case. It just,
Oh God.
you said just in case.
Yes, yeah.
I just feel sorry for Justin. I just, it's just
You
very
do.
sad.
So okay, so are you agreed?
I'd be happy with that. The only problem I can see is I'm probably going to accidentally call it Sharona.
I like the song.
Yeah,
As long as
like
you
the
don't,
song.
as long as we don't start singing "My Sharona," we'll be fine.
Well, that was the point, because it's Schiavona.
Okay.
Oh God, I've got
That's
songs.
interesting.
You did prefix it last time with "as long as we don't."
I'm just getting out of my system now.
Okay, so that's interesting. Very interesting.
What are we getting out of our system now? Yeah,
I'm going to be Empress.
Is there equality of genders in this house?
Well, it's not in the Empire. Houses get handed down to male heirs.
Schiavona.
Okay.
Well,
so
I can change that.
when you're Empress.
Yeah.
So the next section.
So are we going for Schiavona then?
If everyone's happy.
It's got potential.
Mm-hmm.
I like
I mean,
that.
they're
Scheming already just from the description, whereas the others are kind of like, you've got this military or you are schemers, but this has got, no, here's an actual thing the family wants to accomplish. I like that.
Yeah, it's good. They're not
Yeah,
sucking up to the main house. They kind of are, but they've got an agenda. We're not, we're kind of there, but we're not quite invited to all the main parties, but we're kind of there anyway.
So the next section is to choose your vocational conditioning. So this is basically your class. So you have House Adept, which is Bene Gesserit. House Assassin, speaks for itself. House Strategist, which is a Chone Company advisor, so he will be attached to the Chone Company. You have the House Mentat. You have the House Noble, or you have the House Swordmaster, or a Souk Doctor.
Okay.
So Bene Gesserit are trained people. They've got these great schools set up after the what's it called? The Butler Tane Jihad. There was they destroyed all the big thinking machines. So there's no AIs. There's no big thinking computers. And they've developed human abilities to such a point where they can take their place. This was done through setting up these great schools. And there were schools set up where Bene Gesserit, and they basically their big scheme is to they say they're there to serve, but their big scheme is to develop humankind through selective breeding. But they also do truth saying and things like that, can do mind control and with the voice. Another one was the Mentats. Another one again is the Souk school, although they were distrusted for a long time. The Souk schools of science are the newest of the schools, and the other one was the Spacing Guild, who actually fly all the ships.
Well, I'll be either Noble or Bene Gesserit, depending on what other people want to play.
I'm rather taken with the idea of the House Strategist.
Okay.
Interesting.
As a diplomat.
In that case, yeah, because that was one of my ideas. But if you want strategist, I'll take either assassin or swordmaster.
Well, the thing is that the strategist has strands of it. You can be a strategist in diplomacy. You can be a strategist in war.
Oh, right, okay.
There's more than one. I mean, it's just person's counsel.
Mm.
If the head of the house is looking at war, then they'll send for their war strategist. If they're looking at diplomacy, they'll send for the
Or
diplomat.
there is the souk physician as well.
Yeah. Now, souk, I mean, do they do other things, or is it just doctors in this? I haven't looked. More than physician, you're also trained in the art of pharmacology, psychology. Okay, so it's just medical doctor.
Which one were you thinking of, babe, out of those two?
Of what two? Sorry.
You're thinking either Bene Gesserit or Noble.
I'm thinking more Bene Gesserit. So what do they call it here? Adept, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna go a bit different, and I think I'll play the souk physician.
Okay.
Ooh, no taking life for you.
No taking life. What do you mean?
You're conditioned not to take life.
Oh, really? Okay.
Okay. So we've got no out killers amongst you then.
I'm a Bene Gesserit. I am quite happy to arrange people to die.
Yeah, and Ronnie's character could just like order somebody potentially to kill someone.
Okay, so
Well,
if you want me to go all swordy type, if you want somebody you can kill, then I'll do the sword thing.
I will build. I've got a general framework for the game, and I'll hang it off whatever you want to do.
Okay.
So
I mean, doing
Jesuits,
swordy stuff's a lot simpler.
Many Jesuits are dangerous. They are dangerous because they have a lot
yeah.
of.
Well, yeah.
No.
Yeah, but also they've got divided loyalties, and I don't know if that'll necessarily be better for us as a group.
Well, you have your own agenda outside your head. You could, I suppose, because obviously in the film, Jessica was a Bene Gesserit, but she'd obviously chosen not to do that.
Yeah, she chose Leto over the Bene Gesserit, didn't she?
She did. Yeah. So obviously, but there are repercussions for that, obviously.
Hmm.
Stephen, you complete souk.
Very good, very good. So,
I guess I have to be a souk physician now.
Now, if you want to, the overlay section is in that section with all the different characters. So if you want to take those stats and do that, or if you want to point allocation, that's the next bit.
Yeah, I think I'll just go with these stats. I did see some stats for the houses as well.
Yes, so you get some house stats as well. So your house will give you certain attributes. So if you'll have to put some of those in as well. And on your skills list here, you'll notice there is say like dodge, and then in brackets evade. So you've got the dodge skill, but you're particularly adept in evading. So you could have, for instance, you could have dueling pistol or dueling sword. Okay.
Right.
So
okay.
Specialised in something particular.
I think I'll go for the sword master because it's a bit simpler for first play, and I think we should have somebody who can stab something if we've got a doctor who can't take life at all.
If we do a few sessions and you quite like it, and you want to restart with something a bit more complicated, we can always do that.
Okay, so
what are the house stats then? Let's see if we can find them.
Yeah, they're kind of at the end of the house chapter.
I'm looking.
Just getting back there now myself.
Obviously, I'm being very gentle with the pages because it's a 2.5 grand book, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are. It's a precious. It's a precious thing.
Yeah, they're just so.
I
Uh,
don't see stats for this house. I'm
page
missing
40.
them.
Page 42.
Oh, I think there's a slight.
No, that's House Waller. You lie.
What?
Next page down, it's 43 on the.
Ah,
43.
okay, that is a bit of a problem. Some of the attributes on the character sheet aren't typing properly.
Aren't they?
No, the fields are a bit wonky.
I'm confused. Our minor house is Slavona.
It is.
Shavana, yeah.
Yeah, so where's the stats for that?
So where's the stats? Yeah, I'm just going to look for that one.
It's I thought it was just under Karina
No.
Oh.
Attributes.
because there's allegiance templates.
Hang on, find the Karina one again.
Yes. Attributes for the house Carino are status, wealth, holdings, influence, security, and
Wait.
military.
Well,
Wait,
where,
whoa, slow down.
Oh, no, if you
What
put-
am I writing where?
I don't know if you put that in there.
And this is it. That's Carino. I was looking
Yeah,
for
I don't
this.
think you use that. I don't think you use that
Okay.
at all. You put in your allegiance, your minor house, your home world. Certainly. I don't think you're going to use those. Get back to page. Yes, can't be afford to be pulling the page at the book. Oh, right.
Yes, that is a problem. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find another character sheet.
Is it which one's not working, Jason?
Well, either the fields, like the numbers are too big, so you can't really read them, or like the attributes are just not really going in properly at all.
Armed combat hasn't got fields, but I don't see where you're struggling.
Look at that.
You know, like physique, intellect.
See, up there. What's
Let's
wrong?
see. Oh,
It's working for me, but the numbers could be a bit smaller.
Yeah, they could.
like the main lines where it says intellect, charisma.
Yeah, they work for me.
Oh,
I'm on Foxit Reader.
oh, maybe that's it.
One that doesn't is Armed Conflict. So if I get that skill on the character, I'm screwed because I can't write it down.
We can have armed conflict, I imagine. Eh? Which one's that? Armed conflict.
It's one of the skills list, but I don't have form fillable fields for it.
It's not working here at all.
Damn it!
I'm
Sorry.
only getting the bottom half of the number.
Oh. And what
Yeah,
PDF editor are you in?
Just Adobe.
So again, I'm on Foxit, and that seems to be much better.
Okay.
Okay, I can't alter the character sheet.
You can't, did you
I
say?
can.
Oh, you can.
Yes, you can.
It's going to take a while though. It took a while
Shame
to get
that
those-
one's the Modifius.
It took a while to get all those boxes in there actually.
Oh, did you do it? Did you make this? Ah.
Yeah, right.
There's a rogue box at the top as well.
Yeah, some. Oh,
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know why it's doing
yeah,
that.
what?
Okay.
Some are okay and some are not. It's really weird.
Although that could be just down to Acrobat.
Maybe so.
I could just make the text smaller. Might be the easiest way of going on that one. what rule set are we using? It's what was it called again?
Dune Chronicles of the Imperium.
Yes.
Dune the Papyrus edition.
It's like a it's like a D6 dice pool system. So I'm sorry, there's a lot of writing in for your stats and stuff.
Oh, I don't know what I'm doing.
Dune underscore the character sheet is more impenetrable than the film.
Basically, what you're doing, then you want to take all your swordmaster skills and put them on the
Right.
character sheet. Unless you just
Okay.
or for the time until we get the character sheet sorted out, you could just copy copy that
I've
page.
got a blank sheet for this. Hold on.
So is this on? This may sound like a really stupid question, but is it the whole, like the single page with all the stats on, or is that just a template that you can use, or is it further down?
That's a template you can use.
Okay,
if you want
cool.
to do point by in, you can create it. Quite a unique character.
Okay.
Right. So what do we need to take from the?
Whichever character you want to do, you need that page.
What, the
Okay.
conditioning overlays?
So on the skills list. Oh right, no, sorry. Carry on.
Or
on the
if you want
conditioning overlays.
or if you want to, we can do a point by. Okay, so basically you get 3 attribute points, you get 1 edge point, 2 skill points, specialization, and you can get variable advantages and disadvantages.
I'm quite happy to just use what's on the page for this character type.
Yeah.
I don't know the system well enough to start
Yeah,
tweaking.
yeah.
So
What about the things about the minor house though? Because I have no idea what.
I don't know what we're meant to do for the minor house. I've tried finding it in the book, but it doesn't.
The minor house, you just need to
without
put the
reading
name of the minor house in there.
Okay.
So you don't get any. There's no bonuses or.
Well, you get the bonuses from the great house. So
Right.
I was suggesting.
What page is that then?
That will be back up with the Karina.
that is Carino. So you get status of 3. Well, hold on. No, it's not there actually, is it? So what? It's not actually there. So your physique. Where's status go?
Oh, house minor archetypes. Oh wait, no, never mind. There's a house.
Yeah, there's one for House Ingaro, or however you pronounce it, and then it just has an archetype underneath it, but there's none for the other 2 specifically for them.
I guess we'd have to agree what the archetype is between us.
Mm-hmm. So
I'm just going to ignore the house stuff until somebody tells me what I'm doing there, and I assume that'll be somebody who's read the book. As for me, I guess I'm just going to get the questions on how the skills work.
Okay, yes.
Just find the Swordmaster page again. Hang on.
So if you have, okay, then it gets to the Swordmaster page.
I am
I'm looking
literally,
for it
I'm just going to
myself.
cut and paste this damn thing.
Okay, so you've got a physique of 3 and under.
Yeah, hang on. Now, I've done the stats, right? There's some skills, but I'm just looking for the Swordmaster page myself. What page am I finding? Oh, God. Ah, close. That's the wrong picture. Oh, that one. No, he's not it. Where's the Swordmaster? Enter.
Oh, it's page 58.
58. Thank you very much. I was nearly there. No, that's the noble. Now there he is, 59. Yeah. Okay. So skills. It says armament any 2 brackets 2, and then I look on the character sheet, and armament seems to be tied to intellect. So
armament.
what does this mean?
Armament is your general skill. Any will be a specialization. So you could armament, cannon,
Okay. So I
So-
would need
so-
to know where to find the armaments.
Okay, the armaments are on page. All the equipment, I believe, are on page. Let's rename the words. Karma. Oh, have I gone past it? Unless. Average travel times.
So and then there's the issue of it being 2 brackets 2. So does that mean
So-
armament is 2 and then I get 2 in any skill, right? But the character sheet,
You've got a general skill of armament.
yeah,
Okay, with
at level
2
2.
with 2 dice, and you've
Yeah.
got a specialization of say pistol with 2 dice.
Yeah. And then the character sheet mentions intellect is tied to armament. So
Yeah.
does that mean I get 4 and 4?
Yes.
Okay. But I would write it on the character sheet as 2 and 2 or 4 and 4.
Yeah.
No, that was a question with the 2 options.
Oh, I would say you write it as 2 and 2 on your character sheet on the skill bit
Okay.
of your character sheet.
All right. So now I just need to put all of these skills. I need to find out what the specializations can be.
Specializations are on page. Well, the skills are on page. Where's they start to? I've got them here, but skill descriptions start on page
Oh. I think I've found
78.
that. Oh no, that's history packages. 78.
I can't find these bloody weapons. I saw them earlier.
Maintenance, operation, repair.
There we go. Okay, equipment starts on page
I haven't even touched skills or anything.
No.
227.
I will admit, I am finding your description of this is a straightforward and fairly simple character creation to be
Oh,
not
okay.
quite.
Who's your strategist? Okay, so your strategist.
Hold on, because I'm having to do this on a blank piece of paper at the moment.
Okay.
because
Well,
of
if you
the,
just, it might be handy if you just keep an eye on the character sheet as well for a second, just while I do this bit.
right,
Okay, so if you look at your attributes, okay, so you've got physique. Your physique is 2. Underneath you have strength and constitution. Okay, so you have physique 2 and a +1 constitution.
right,
So it goes underneath. Now, if you think of your skills in a very similar sort of way, yeah. So you'll have law, okay, and then you will have whatever skill you have in law, a 3 there, and then underneath you'll put chone law, and you'll have another 3 in that.
right.
Okay, so you have a general law ability, and you have a specialization in chone law.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll have you've got culture. You've got a culture skill with a specialization in your particular house culture. Let's find another 1 second. So you have a subterfuge skill, but you have no particular specialization. It's just a general subterfuge.
So my world knowledge home world will be 1 in general world knowledge and then 1 specifically in my home world.
Yeah, you have general world knowledge of different planets. So you might have a general knowledge of Caladan, but you have a specific knowledge of your home world.
Okay.
Which is
right. I kind of get that now.
Yeah.
One question I have about skills. There's a couple of my skills where like pharmacy and first aid where the specialization is any. So do I get to choose, or is it more kind of versatile?
There is a list.
Oh yeah.
And it begins on page 79. You have to try and find the master skill, and then you can see the sub skills that are available.
when it says any, you pick what you fancy put in there, effectively.
But from the list on page 79 onwards, and it's a nightmare to find the top skill because they're not alphabetical.
Oh God.
Well, there's a series of alphabetical, but they're kind of grouped by some system that, to me, doesn't yet make sense.
Right, skill descriptions. Master skill list. Yeah, they're all done. They're all done based on the columns in the character sheet by the looks of it. So it starts with all the valor of the brave, and then the learning of the wise, and blah, blah, blah. So where even is?
What's the R for, Ronnie?
No, I was just looking at the skill.
Okay, so that's
Where's
the
that
one
master
at the
skill
right.
list?
It is
79.
page 78, 79.
Yeah, there's your leisure templates. Okay.
Yes, it is done that way.
So that one is Prayers the Righteous.
overlay method.
What's pharmacy under them? Where is pharmacy? Oh, that's under the learning of the wise. Okay. So, learning of the wise. Pharmacy. So, presumably, I just choose one from the list of the three there under the any specialization. Okay. What do we think? Medicine, narcotics, or poisons?
I would like you to maybe have medicine.
Oh.
It might be I'm being maybe a little.
Yeah,
I'd like you to.
I've got first aid as well. But,
you could go. I mean, obviously, poisons in this world is a big thing. Most houses you go into will have a poison snooper.
Yeah, and bear in mind, Ronnie, this is a specialization of pharmacy. I do also have general medical arts as a skill and surgery and shit.
That's right.
So I can do basic medicine, yes.
Steve, narcotics.
Any particular reason why, Steve? What do you intend me to do with this skill? Okay, I'll go for
Don't answer that, Stephen. I'm gonna. I probably know the answer, and it's not going to help us either way.
And then, okay, so that's pharmacy, and then first aid. That is under the Prayers of the Righteous. Prayers of the Righteous. Oh, that's very specific.
What's that?
The list of first aids. I could do CPR, or I could do infection, or injury, or shock trauma. Probably injury. Sounds like the most general at the moment. Equipment.
So I think
equipment skill.
Yeah, I think what you're doing, picking the archetypes there, you basically been given everything you need. There's no extra steps really to do there, I think.
No, because seriously, my brain's already half fried from how it's all laid out in this
right.
rule book. So I'm just doing it this
Phil,
way.
Yes.
I have a question.
Go for it.
On my character sheet, in my character, I have the skill mercantilism, and it has any, in brackets, any, comma, any, and then 3, and then in brackets 3, comma 2.
You're the house strategist, aren't you?
Yeah.
That means you've got 2 specializations.
Two specializations, yeah. Both at 2. But one at 3, one at 2.
Right. So what's the 3 outside the bracket then?
That's your general
the main skill.
Yeah. So you could have, say you've got a dueling skill and you've got specialization in swords, okay? But someone gives you a pistol That's just your general skill roll. If you use the sword, you get to use both. You get to use your general and your.
So I've got a general mercantile of 3.
Yep.
And then I've
Yeah.
got 2 specializations, 1 at 3 and 1 at 2.
That's right. Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
I can't see where to put secret language on this character sheet.
Secret language.
I just can't see where it's written.
There is a notes section at the bottom.
Okay.
Yes, I think you probably.
Unfortunately, you haven't made that editable.
Haven't I?
Oh, yes, you have. It's just the cursor.
It's just
down
right
there.
in the middle.
Yeah. Okay. No, I've got it.
Hmm.
It is a nightmare making critical PDFs.
Yeah, obviously I need to spend more time on this one.
It is very, very 80s in that it is designed by lawyers and bankers and accountants and not necessarily by gamers.
No, it's a
It's
bit
very-
of skill
it's-
trees. I've seen this kind of thing a lot.
It's very 80s, which I like.
It's just the papyrus script that gets me.
Okay, so I need administration.
I mean, I know it's not pure papyrus, but it looks a lot like it.
Is that right, Steve?
What's that? What is this?
Oh, right. Okay. Please, I've chosen narcotics. Okay.
Now, I've got to skills where I don't know where they go. Alertness and bimanual fighting. What are these?
I have to. Alertness. Oh, alertness and what? Sorry. Yeah,
Well,
that's
there's a
fine.
series of them. There's alertness, bimanual fighting, commendation, code of conduct, dueling, Olympian physique, and shield
That's-
fighting.
That's traits. That's at the bottom below your skills.
Right. So I need to work out which ones of those are valor traits, which ones are learning traits, which ones are justice traits,
I think they're all.
and prayer traits.
Which one are you? You're
Swordmaster, I know.
yeah. So
They'll mostly
you're
be valor, won't they? All right. I'm gonna have a fag.
That's not easy, is it? Wish they'd done that a little better.
There is what's nice. I've just found a quick reference creation guide on page 72.
I'm starting to get the hang of this.
72. Yeah, but that one I think is more for not the way you're doing it.
Yes, I know, but it was mainly for the others.
Okay, I just need to do one.
Starting equipment.
Yeah, it's at the bottom of your character.
Where's the first aid?
Sword.
First aid's under the prayers of the righteous, I think.
First aid. It's all first aid.
Yeah, prayers of the righteous.
And there's quite a lot of skills in this.
Yeah, they're really specific. Like basically, I was kind of thinking about the equipment specialty as well. There's devices, systems, which sound pretty much the same, and then there's like forbidden equipment and I can't remember what the other one was. Went for devices in the end.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they played the book out the best, have they?
I'd say no.
I've seen worse.
Because the way you would build a character using points is sort of broken in the middle by these pre-prepared characters as well.
I've seen worse, and I'm going to mention one particular rule book that Stephen knows fine well because he and I have both used it in our youth. And he knows that I've got it because he got me a copy of it. The Palladium Fantasy RPG.
Oh,
Nice
okay.
game, badly laid out.
Okay, so I'm just checking about bits I've missed.
Does bimanual fighting mean fighting with this manual?
I'll tell you what, it would do some damage.
Is that a way of saying two-handed?
Could be. Trying to see what blinking tree this commendation comes under. Let's see it.
Yep, I have completely gone too far, I think.
Cast. Just need a quick bathroom.
During combat, the character can perform equally well with either hand. Oh, it's ambidextrous. I get no offhand penalty, although I get 2 skill levels in it. So quite what that means, I don't know. The skill level seems to be incongruent with the description. Commendation.
Finally found first aid.
Commendation. Oh, this would help if it was searchable.
What do I go for?
Why?
Letter proposal.
I have a spice diet of 3.
What were you again?
Souk position.
Souk.
Yes, a souk. Oh, souk.
Yes, the spice is what is allowing people to develop these super talents, if you will.
Mhm.
Although I think the Bene Gesserits do use a combination of different drugs.
Okay.
One. I'm just going to put that there and hope it's correct. Conduct. I'm just going to guess where these things go, otherwise it'll take too long.
Yep, Stephen summed that up rightly. Yep, Palladium, Nightmares, and Madness, and that's just character gen. It was one of those. It was one of those systems that actually introduced concepts before it actually explained what they were.
Good. Always a handy way around to do it.
Start character generation. Okay. So we now need to go to the back, near the back of the book where all the races descriptions are to see what dice you need. Okay, now you need to go back to there, and now you need to go to the middle of the book because that's where all the weapons tables are.
Oh, God.
Yeah, flipping around the book is not easy, is it?
It's making me feel a little bit better about this one.
It was it was the Tigger regime.
Mm.
Right. 3
Bouncy, 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 bounce.
I'm not getting the traits at all. This isn't making sense.
Okay, so we need to have your Swordmaster, your traits.
So alertness 1 and bimanual fighting 2, they are valor traits. And I read up on them. I couldn't find commendation. I gave up looking for the rest, but then I got to 3 brackets bondsman and 3 valor 2 combat and martial prowess justice 1. Like, what's all this?
Right, that's your cast is at the top of the page.
Cast. Wait, what?
Cast. It's your position. in society.
CASTE. It's at the bottom of the sort of names
Oh.
list.
Wait, sorry, I was zoomed in so much I never saw cast. Right, so what am I doing with this? Oh God, hang
That's
on.
your bondsman 3.
Right, no, this still isn't making sense. Let me find the swordsman page. So I took a screen grab of the swordsman so I could scroll the manual elsewhere. You see,
And
cast.
renamed is on the.
Hang on,
is
sorry, I
the-
still don't know what to do with cast.
At the top of the page, underneath
At the
your
top.
character
Character
sheet
sheet. So I just write Bondsman 3.
In cast, yeah.
and cast, and then on the second page, on the second of your character sheet at the top is your renown table.
Right.
Okay, so you have 3
Now
valor.
3. 2 for Valor, 1 for just. Oh, hang on. This is autofilling in a really. Right, the autofill's broken.
Oh, is it autofill?
Yeah.
So your
Renown.
total is 3.
Yeah, I can't fill it in on the character sheet because as soon as I put the sub values in, it changes all the others. They're
So it
linked.
does.
Oh, it's not long. Oh, yes, it has.
Yeah, and the big fields below are only single line things as well, so I can't put it in there.
Yeah. Stephen talking about Palladium, yeah, he's absolutely bang on. Written by folks who thought you should have to read the whole book twice.
Oh God.
I can't change that now because I need to get rid of the computer.
That's fine. I'm writing all mine down on a sheet of paper.
Yeah, same.
Your weapons are doing the same as well. I can't. Yeah, they're all linked.
That's me. That's my fault. Then it shouldn't be linked.
Yeah. Okay.
Bugger.
I will change that tomorrow.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, I've got everything else. I'll just have to remember to fill in the rest of that.
Okay.
What is a slip tip?
Oh, what, sorry?
A slip tip. It's a bit of equipment. I haven't seen equipment in this book yet.
Okay, it's quite a way up the book.
What, up near the top?
No, I mean, it's on
Yeah.
page 233. That's defensive on battle dress protection. No, it's right at the top. Okay, so if you go to
Slip.
227, that's melee. There's a garrote, a gomja bar, flip dart, slip tip. It's a dagger.
Okay.
Specialized form of fighting knife designed for offhand use.
Mhm.
It's got a standard blade and slips through shields. Now, because this is something you're gonna come across in this game, especially where you're going to be is people wear shields, especially nobles on a regular basis because of assassination attempts. Any projectile weapons aren't going to penetrate a shield. People tend to use daggers, and as they say in the film, a slow blade penetrates the shield.
Yeah.
Oh, my gun is designed to breach an active shield as well.
You got there's a gun there, is there?
Stunner.
Yeah, but it doesn't kill, does it?
No.
Oh, and if you do happen to have a las gun and you hit someone with a shield, you will set off a nuclear explosion.
Okay, I have an important safety announcement. Let's not do that.
No, let's go in with las guns so people fear us. They'll soon turn their fucking shields off.
You know, even though I can't kill people, I can fuck people up.
You can
Like,
drug them quite
Yeah,
seriously.
I can drug them and make them tell us stuff and make them have a mental breakdown and things.
Oh, sure.
So,
Oh,
just
you-
so I know what I'm dealing with as the diplomat of this I have one person who's a sadist. I have another one who's quite happy with the thought of genocide as a way of negotiating warfare. Yeah, I'm going to have my job's going to be really cut out for me as a diplomat, you know.
Mm. Actually, your sword, Becky, does 5 plus 2d6 damage.
Woo.
My sword. Oh, the slip tip.
No, you've got a sword as well, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I have. I appear to have a number of weapons. Yes.
Bloody hope so as a swordmaster.
Mm. Yes.
This is when a las beam intersects an active shield, a pseudo-atomic reaction ensues, ranging from minor events obliterating both shooter and target with engulfing flame to a major nuclear event devastating anything within a few kilometers radius.
So, dropship armed with lasers, yeah?
Las gun shield intersections always result in catastrophic consequences. In addition, pseudo-atomic blast can be mistaken for a true atomic attack, resulting in a political fallout, as provided for in the Great Convention, because the houses, all the big houses have house atomics, but you're not allowed to use them. It's against the law to use them. So there are repercussions if you do get caught using an atomic weapon. Oh, there's a table for last beam shield intersections as well. I'll have to read good.
So I'm kind of lucky in so much as
I don't carry a las gun, you're fine.
I only have 2 weapons and they're right next to each other in the description. Knife and a Shigawagara.
Oh, that's a Sadakar favourite, that is.
Because, nothing says diplomacy like the ability to garrosh. So.
Yeah. Negotiate this.
It could be
oh yeah, you can't talk because I'm strangling you to death. That'll go down well.
Might have made a difference to the Brexit negotiation.
I'm just looking at these background stages.
And how went the negotiations? It was a bit tight.
There's a mention about background packages, but it's like 1 paragraph, and then it doesn't actually list any packages.
Well, there are condition overlays. There are some overlays there for the backgrounds, isn't there? I think.
Is it? Yeah, point-based background development.
Page 68. But you've got that unless you want to redo your package for something that suits you. It's in the top paragraph at the top of your account.
Oh right.
But this would be
What
what
is our home world, by the way?
You're on Kaitan.
Kaitan. Okay.
That's
going to
Imperial
pay.
homeworld.
Yes, but we should be moving back to. Oh God, what is it? Yeah, that.
These are words. Can you spell things?
Seleucus Secundus. Oh heck! You have to give me a minute.
Oh, I've got a cast of 4 and a Nafamilia. That's apparently quite good.
I put the spelling of our home world in chat. That's our home world.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Kaitan.
That's where you should be going.
Seleucus Secundus. So what's that? Is that the region?
That is the original home of the emperor. Okay, he's moved out to Kaitan. He's changed Seleucus Secundus into his prison planet.
And we think it should be the other way round.
Well, effectively, what they've done is they've turned Seleucus Secundus into such a hard place that anyone that survives that is basically the ideal soldier.
Yeah, and so the Sadorkar, if they were based there, would be so much more powerful.
Well, they are based there.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, but we want the whole kit and caboodle over there.
Yeah.
Personal calling.
Sod the relative comforts of Kaitan. We want the emperor back in Seleucia, because it shouldn't be Secundus, it should be Primus.
Is the personal calling integrated into the template already, or is that separate?
Release this. No.
As in, is it
It's not,
separate?
is
Is it
it?
integrated?
It's not there, I don't think, no.
Okay, that makes sense. A breeder.
That would be Bene Gesserit.
Yeah, I got that. Do I go for off-world education, maybe? Or... Sleeper agent. No.
So, what has everyone chosen as their main role then? I know you've got like soup school doctorate stuff, but
Yeah, but things like personal calling and
Yeah.
early life aren't listed.
so you've got conditioning. So your conditioning would be like soup school doctor, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the swordmaster, what have they got here? So you could be like a security commander. Back to that. So
Yeah, I'm in charge of all of the laser gun equipped dropships.
Again,
dueling
very
instructor.
Which means I will be in charge of making sure that the drop ships and all the men actually return and are not subject to genocide due to excessive lasering of people's shields.
Well, what we do is we do a bombing pass first where we throw people at the back wearing shields.
And shoot them from a distance.
Then the fighters come in with the las guns.
Are you sure you're not the strategist?
Yeah, no, I've got.
No,
I am,
definitely not the military strategist. Definitely not.
I
How are we going
genuinely
to win this
have.
war? We're going to win it by throwing thousands of men against the wall.
I genuinely have military operations, aerial combat, and leadership guerrilla action. So, yeah, this is how I do it.
We won, sir, but I'm afraid we had some catastrophic losses.
What did you lose?
Do you mean that there was a stringent defense? As well, that was before the defense.
No.
That was before we saw the fucking army.
I will take the planet at the cost of one man plus one dropship and crew.
Right. You do understand that the cost of one man plus one man and crew does not equal one man.
No, one man plus one dropship and crew. That is the cost of taking the planet.
I only ask one thing. I just want to have a ringside seat for that conversation.
Well, bear in mind,
I'll sell tickets for that one.
Last gun shield sections can be mistaken for atomic weapons, which is bad.
I know. They wouldn't let me have atomic weapons for the attack, so.
Well, basically, you've got the Imperial, you've got the Emperor with the Sardaukar. Okay, and to balance that, you have the Landsrat, and they sort of balance each other as long as all the Landsrads stick together. So the theory is that the Landsrads should be able to take on the Emperor, and they form some sort of balance. The Emperor can't just do what he wants because the Landsrad theoretically could stop him. Although previously it didn't work like that. He came to power because he defeated the Landsrad. But
An entire planet taken by an intercontinental ballistic shield.
Steve reckons you should switch to Harkonnen.
No, because I've almost done this character sheet. We're not starting again.
I'm just sticking with what I've got there. He's pretty set once we get the character sheet.
Yeah, I've just done calling. I missed that house position because
I'll put
I'm
the stuff
silly.
in. I'm not sort of adding little bits.
So
Pretty. I take it for the system. I take it the scores are the number of six-sided die that we roll.
Yeah. Now, obviously, you've got one. You should keep one die that should be different in some way, bigger, different color or something. That
Right.
is your drama die. Okay. So if you roll one in your drama,
this is West End system, isn't it?
if you, I don't know. If you roll one on the drama die, it's very, very bad. If you roll 6, it's very, very good. So you could succeed with something going wrong.
Yeah. Suddenly having a heart plug doesn't seem so bad, says Stephen. Not for the person who's about to get drop shipped might have a thought on that.
listen, Steve, I took narcotics for you.
Yeah, I mean we've got hot plugs on one side, and you've got Becky nuking a planet on the other.
Oh dear.
That's an Ixian device, I'm sure, to just send a shield out the window without a person attached. But that sounds Ixian to me. So yeah,
No, it's just when you mention the drama die there, it does sound very much like West End's system from Star Wars.
Yeah, I think I might.
They updated.
Did they use a drama die?
They did it. They didn't do it for the first edition. They brought that into the second one, and then all the subsequent D6 games.
Oh, so was
came from it.
D6.
So is everyone fairly happy with what they've chosen?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I'm
Mostly because I know I'm not the guy in the fucking suit that's going to get dropped out the plane.
Can you have more than one skill specialty for each skill?
Yes.
Okay,
You can have 2 specialties for each
cool.
skill.
Yeah, cool.
No, it didn't sound weird, Stephen, because I know you. It sounded illegal, but it didn't sound weird.
Are you doing a point buy or something then, Jason?
No, I'm adding the calling and the house service.
The what? Wait, what?
I
What?
don't know you do that, do you? I think that for the point. I think that for the overlays.
Oh. It just implied to me that it was missed off. That's what I was asking. I mean, if it's all there already, then great. Obviously, I'll take off the extra bits.
Okay, you can use the templates or overlay and background packages provided.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, yeah. Yeah, you either do 130 point development buy-in or templates or overlays.
Okay. Right then, never mind. I'll get rid of.
But I mean, if you wanted to do that, you're quite welcome to. You just got to remember you can't start any attribute exceeding 4+2 or any skill specialization exceeding 4 for your general.
Oh
and 5 for
yeah.
your specialized.
These are all fairly sort of weak specializations. So yeah, there's nothing past that or anything.
Right, I've got my character name,
Ooh,
Atomica.
Atomica. Oh god.
Atomica Slavona.
Oh yeah, I take it we all have that
No,
Chevona.
because you just work for the house doesn't mean you're of that house.
Does it have a list of names?
I haven't seen one.
Hmm.
So you could be, so the Silk School doctor, for instance, will not be from that house. He would have been brought in. I've not seen a list of names running. No, I haven't. You just mean example names sort of thing.
I'll come up. Are you Atomica Blonde by any chance? Asked Stephen.
Well, I was just going for the family name, but I suppose if we're not going to be like if we're staff, then yeah, I should come up with another name.
If you wanted to just have a quick look through some name ideas, just to get the general gist of what it looks like.
Oh God, I'm trying to find a what's the word that means. There's a word that describes another meaning. Sorry, another word for the same meaning. Not pseudonym.
Yeah.
No,
Pseudonym. Or synonym.
Synonym, pseudonym,
synonym.
or nom de plume. Wiki.
Okay, so we're all back done with characters then, are we? Or
Yeah, just name now.
Very much. I'm just really looking at a name at this point.
I will have to fix that character sheet tomorrow.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. Is there any kind of name thingy, like any page with names?
I haven't seen one, no, but I've put there's a link to a
Oh,
wiki
Yeah,
page there.
I tried
Oh,
to
that's
see
what you were
if there
talking
was
about.
a Dune name generator, and the only thing it would come up with was a generic sort of sci-fi name generator.
Right.
You
Imperial
can
House
get the general
Korean.
gist from the wiki page. There is a house
Heilemann is a
Korean.
type of shield, by the way. It's an Aboriginal shield. My character is Atomica Heilemann.
So there's a house Carino section there, so you can just see.
The sci-fi one's not bad, actually.
Well, yeah, it tends to be a bit of a mix in the actual Dune story names.
Name generator.
It's not bad for maybe. That's the one I'm using. I just put it as space and then sort of, it's either Terran male or Terran female. Just, suppose you can have alien names, I guess. But okay, I'm almost tempted. I've just been given one of the suggestions is Randy Risen. That's almost worth having.
Oh.
It just that sounds somewhere between Star Wars hero and porn actor.
Oh wow. Excuse me.
So, what do you think? Everybody happy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really get the skills are good. The traits and edges and all that kind of stuff. I've no idea what's going on there. I've written them down, but not in the right places.
Oh, I mean, okay, because you mean not under the right column, you mean? Yeah, that is a little bit. Yeah, they could have done that better, certainly.
And I haven't read them either because I can't find some of them.
Darius Wardson. That would be me. For it is so.
For it is so.
Yes, yes. I mean, Dune does have Duncan, Idaho.
There's one here I've got called Gory for their first name. I am a physician called Gory.
Could be a bit of a running joke with it.
Oh my god, there's one just underneath that says Willy Welly. Oh, this generator.
Okay, clearly that generator has been watching Grease just a little too much.
Yeah.
Welly, 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 woo. Tell me more, tell me more.
Okay, I'm gonna have a look at okay. First
actually
no, that's quite good.
I still hold that the best Star Wars name I ever saw was on an Indian menu.
Mm-hmm.
Rogan Josh. The minute I saw it, I went, next time I'm playing Star Wars, I'm having that name.
Bertim Akez for me.
So, is that Atomica Helaman or Heileman?
Heileman. I mean, it's Aboriginal word, so, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
I was going to say that's confusing because German's the way around.
Wow, we've got names as well then.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Right, what's next?
Well, that's your character creation done.
Yeah.
You're ready to rock and roll now.
Okay.
Did you want to play some now, or
Let's rock and roll.
I'd rather get a sort of pressy on the system, make sure we got it.
Well, I was just thinking a little sample now will give us a
give us a taste.
quicker.
Yeah.
As long as it's simple.
That's true.
okay? Is there anything I can just read to you for a second?
Sure. Book 5. I never read it.
Were you sitting comfortably?
Once upon a time,
No, it's
there
in
was
the
a
future.
large explosion.
Book 4 is like 4,500 years in the future from the fall of Iraq, or Paul Atreides ascending to Emperor, and that's when he becomes a worm god and dies. And then I think there's a book after that.
There's quite a few
In
books
the
there.
beginning, God and the goddess met, fell in love, and consummated their relationship. And in that moment of ecstasy, the universe was born.
The God
known
Emperor has
as the
several.
Big Bang.
wives during the course of his life. There's Johnny. Kind of, I think he loves his sister a bit too much as well. And then there's the Ixian wife, whatever her name is.
Did you get karma points when you did your character?
Nah, I didn't read that.
Oh, okay. Well, karma point. Right, okay. So you
It's
can
caramel. Weird.
You can
Karma.
improve your. It's karma, isn't it?
It says
Wait,
caramel on the sheet.
Oh, where's it gone? I can't read it. I just didn't. I just looked at it.
Karama.
Karama. Okay, so Karama points. Okay, you've got you can improve your roll by using your edges.
If I knew what my edges were.
Yeah, which ones are the edges again?
What was that?
Is that like under your attributes like physique, it's constitution, dexterity, and coordination?
Let's go back to
Things
see
like
what-
traits I've
Traits I've got a list of traits, but I think traits and edges are different things.
Yeah, they are different.
But where are your edges on the sheet, though? There's no
Nowhere.
edges on the sheet, is there?
No.
There's no edges listed with
That's
So
fine,
what are they
the
talking
basic character either.
Index says page 8 for edges. So
Page what?
8.
Yeah. Edges are things that are underneath your attributes. So, for example,
Aspects of attributes representing a particular level of talent
Oh,
or
yeah,
lack
so-
of it, some functions of an attribute, e.g.
Strength and
the edges-
constitution, for instance.
Yeah, so it's the
That's
small
right.
things underneath your stats. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so they can improve your roll.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and the Karama points. Okay, so you can actually spend those. So 1 point, you can spend 1 point to stop an enemy from performing an undesired action. For instance, like stopping from firing a stunner. 2 points, stopping an enemy from performing a series of undesired actions. Or 3 to 4 points, thwarting an enemy's master plan.
Okay, so we'll pull our points, thwart the enemy at the start of the plot, and then we'll go off and blow up the planets with shield lasers.
I don't think you've still. I think you get these points from effective role playing.
Ah,
Oh,
Okay.
well, I'm a
that's-
bit
that-
fucked.
That might cause a problem or two. Right, you do realize, of course, if it's sauce for the goose time, that your plan for blowing up an entire planet by shooting a shielded guy down there, they might just pull their points and stop us.
yes, that's the beautiful thing. See, what we're doing is we're nuking them, but they've pulled their points to stop us from having nukes. But with my plan, that's not a problem.
So we lull them into a true sense of security by telling them we're about to nuke them, so they stop the nukes that aren't there,
Yeah.
and then we hit them with some poor kamikaze sob that we're going to throw out the fucking plane.
Yeah. I mean, I'll
Okay,
make it
so-
look like an accident.
I'm looking for, because you've not got given any initiative points, have you?
I was just about to ask about initiative and renown.
I think out of necessity, I think I need to ask this question: How did you get past the psychological screening? How did you get past the psych test?
Scared the shit out of the instructor.
I'm thinking that now.
Well, all I'm going to say is don't go to the school that I was trained at because it's radioactive.
The school is radioactive.
And on tonight's episode,
You've obviously-
Atomica Heilemann is going to show you how she would conduct the Kobayashi Maru test by nuking the fuck out them.
I have got renown there, silly me.
Yeah. See, once I was the only survivor of the school, I was the de facto headmaster. Therefore, I qualified.
So you've perfected this nuking strategy over a period of time, then.
Yeah, a couple of hours. It's been quite. It's been quite well developed. I mean, you know,
Just trying to find. There's only the one. There's only the one reference to it.
Stephen, go stand in a corner.
What's
Go
Stephen
stand
saying?
in the corner.
Being naughty.
Hang your head in shame and think about what you've done. Even I wouldn't come up with that shit, and that's saying something.
He would.
Dear.
That's quite
Is that
funny.
the old joke? How do you stop a Harkonnen? You don't, they're born like it.
Current initiative.
Oh,
But why don't they tell you how to calculate your current initiative? I must say, I've not seen that anywhere.
Initiative. There's quite a few references to initiative. Oh,
Have you got a
determines the
searchable
request in
version?
combat. Yeah,
yeah.
PDF.
What?
If surprised, characters must make an initiative test. Roll the drama die. That's the current initiative. Okay.
Yeah, I've seen that bit. They don't tell you to do it.
Initiative determines. Initiative equal to their coordination plus reaction attribute,
Oh, okay.
and gains an equal number of option points to spend each round.
What page are you on there?
That is page 120. So,
Wow.
coordination is 2. I do not have reaction though, so my initiative is 2.
So coordination plus reaction, that's my initiative total, yeah?
Yep, and you gain an equal number of option points to spend each round.
Okay. I got loads. What can I spend option points on?
It's to spend each round. It doesn't actually say, but I guess it means.
Regardless of effects, regardless of effect, action and reactions each cost a number of option points listed.
Oh right, okay.
Preceded by letter A.
I take it then as I have
nothing.
I have nothing listed for.
Listed cost.
Oh my word. I was just reading through the index, and there's an entry for Orange Catholicism.
Yes,
It's like Trump is in the book.
The Orange Catholic Bible is a big thing.
Is it?
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything about that.
Today's religious lesson will be brought to you by a tangerine.
Most of the quotes Gurney Halleck came out with was from the OC Bible.
Okay, so
For example, the first action of a round costs 1 point. Then conducting a second action costs an additional 1 point. The third action would cost an additional 2 points.
As I have no points in reaction at all.
Do you have it in coordination? Do you have it in
I
coordination?
just have coordination.
So you just take those points.
Yeah,
Same with me. I've got coordination of 2, so my initiative is just 2.
Yeah, same here.
Hello.
Well, you're kind of the person.
Yeah,
You're kind of the you're the one that we're expecting to hit things.
Yes. I switch on your shield, throw you forward, and shoot. And because of my initiative, you can't stop me.
Oh, what have we done? How do you calculate things like your resistance and I guess injuries haven't really come into effect yet, but
I've got a feeling the first combat that we do, if we do it, is going to be a slow one because we'll all be learning the system together.
yeah.
Yeah. There's
which is fine.
There's a list of combat actions there, starting on page.
Stephen the Duke may need to have lots of coffee.
123. I'm going to have to do a little more reading yet before next week.
123.
123 for a list of combat actions.
Oh right. Okay.
Subsequent combat rounds, rule variants.
I'll let you worry about that.
We're not going to bother with the optional initiative system. Fatigue.
No, we did no.
Combat test to hit test, close combat, range combat.
I do have a bit of skill in ranged combat by
Okay.
stunning people, so I'm not completely useless.
Okay, so when you are doing range combat, okay, the difficulty number is based on the shooter's distance from its target.
Mm-hmm.
This range is measured in meters.
Okay.
Point blank is 6, short range is 7, medium range is 9, long range is 11.
Ah. I need to be quite close to them then by the sounds of it.
So
Well, I'm not
sword-
completely useless either. I've got armed my personal weapons. I've got 2 in, so I'm not completely useless. I'm useless, but I'm not completely useless. Essentially, if my honey words and silver tongue do not get me out of a situation, I'm well and truly screwed. And if that's the case, then I probably will put on my shield and ask Atomica to throw me.
Excellent. Sounds like a plan. What are we looking for? Renowned.
Dune comes up with its own version of suicide bombing.
Seen renowned, but let's see renowned
Wow.
too.
We've gone down that route already. Oh god.
Okay. What are your
Well, I mean, we've already got a suicide bomber.
Oh.
In the
You
literal
stop.
sense, we're going to shove someone's shield on and drop them out the plane.
You start with 1 renowned.
Oh
no, sorry. You
I've
got renowned
got-
from your.
I've got 2. I've got 2.
Yes, you got 2 from your thingy. Yeah, sorry. I was
I've
looking
got
at something else.
renowned
I've
total
got
2,
renowned
and
3.
learning
You
1
got-
for medicine and prayer 1
you
for
got-
imperial conditioning.
You got more renowns in your house then.
I've got renown 3.
Okay.
It's probably because of the incident at the training school.
I've got learning 1 and justice 2,
Okay, so
which
I
is either a very good, which is either some very nice stats or the latest football score.
I got Valor
What?
2 and Justice 1.
There's
Yeah.
Valor 2, Justice 1. Oh.
Oh, cool. I have a poison snooper.
Very handy.
Apparently, it's an omnipresent device, but basically it detects the if there's any poison in food or drink.
Yes. Yeah, because poisoning is extremely common. What people will do as well is they will poison things because it gets picked up with a snooper, but they'll put like soporifics and things just to slow you down to give them an edge instead of actually poisoning you. Because that doesn't set off snoopers.
Uh-huh.
What about little blue pills? Does that set off snoopers?
What little
Whoa.
blue pills?
The
Is that like the
hard-
Matrix blue pills?
No, the hard-on ones. What are they called?
Viagra.
Viagra. Yeah. Give the enemy Viagra.
That'll give them some sort of edge. Quite a hard edge.
It probably wouldn't because it's not a poison.
Exactly.
Could result in some blunt force trauma.
We'll give them heart attacks by giving them way too much Viagra, so that their heart can't pump the blood around fast enough because we've given them so much.
Okay, so I'm just making sure.
I've already decided that they should make a pill that has the opposite effect and call it Niagara,
Huh.
the Great Fall.
Yeah, not exactly gushing though, is it?
Phil,
Something weird.
are you feeling confident now?
I tell you.
Have you missed GMing?
You feeling good about this?
I'm gonna have to read up on the rules of the Landsrack, so I feel that Becky's gonna. turn the whole
So yeah,
galaxy against
you've
me.
got to read about medication for erectile dysfunction. Just how far the blast radius from a suicidal bomber actually is, so we can reach minimum safe distance.
There is a table for that.
Oh, is
I want to know the page. I need to know how effective the strategy is.
Oh, okay.
God.
Where was that to?
Almighty.
Page. Yes, there was cover weapon stance. Damage and healing. Where did I see that too? It was in the section about lasgun. Oh, it's in the lasgun section, so it's in the equipment.
Okay, I'll find it somewhere. Vehicular lasgun.
Not quite that big. There we go. There we go. Then it's on page. What's the number at the top? Is it 229?
Sorry, what was that table?
229 lasgun shield intersection. If you roll 8 to 12, you're talking 2 to 12 kilometers.
Okay, I'm on 229 and I can't find it.
I'll try the next one, the 230.
It's in the bottom right of 228.
Oh, it's 221 on there. So I'm looking at the PDF page count.
Aha.
I just need to find out exactly what happens.
Right. See, these are the words that certain players will find exciting, and certain other players will find utterly horrifying. The words are a thermonuclear explosion with an initial blast radius of approximately 2 to 12 kilometers.
I
The
believe
worry-
I am the latter.
The worrying bit there is initial blast radius.
Yeah.
Okay, I've checked the vehicular lasgun maximum range. It's 920 meters, so we will lose a dropship.
I can see what you're going to end up doing. You're going to put a skeleton crew on a dropship and just kick someone out. Enough people to actually fly the damn thing and shoot him.
Yep.
La 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 la.
When Henry V in Shakespeare's play said, if we are marked to die, we are enough to do our country loss. And if to succeed, then the fewer number of us, the greater share of honour. He wasn't thinking about drop kicking someone out and fucking shooting them into a thermonuclear explosion.
We'll use a penal battalion.
Back to the Viagra again.
I was gonna say. Yes, no. See, no, it's not Viagra. See. The spell, the pronunciation is for maintaining a large erection. It's not for maintaining a large eruption, which is what we're going for.
I'm not going to give him Viagra. I'll give him a sake.
Right. I mean, I don't ever remember know what the capital city was called on Kaiten? Do you remember, Becky?
It's the Golden Lion Throne.
That's the Lion Throne, yeah.
Yeah. Corinth City. Or Corinth. It's the most lavish and glamorous capital city of the planet Kaitan. It was originally the chief city and capital of the planet Kaitan, homewell of the Padisha emperors during the 10 millennia of the rule of the Corino Empire.
Corinth.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so do you want to...
Oh, up, yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm going to blow my nose.
Okay. You head on up the stairs and into the bathroom where you see a roll of toilet paper. What do you do?
Okay.
You have left Kaitan. You have entered the Twilight Zone.
So we'll say you are all members of a minor house on the imperial planet Kaitain. Okay, you are in a city on the far side from Corinth, a city called Mezine. Your minor house that you work for, are any of you actually members of the household? You're all retainers, aren't you?
We're all retainers.
We're all retainers.
The house that you actually signed up for is in control of this entire region. Okay, so it's a peninsula. It's sort of like probably a bit like the Mediterranean. So it's almost like Italy or Spain for climate. It's quite warm. It's quite sunny, and you are responsible for this protection of this region under your lord. It's evening. You've just left a briefing, and you are walking back through the corridors of the governor's palace where you're stationed, and you hear from up the corridor from a corridor that leads to the private family wing of the house. You hear a woman's cry out and some sobbing very shortly afterwards.
Gotta sprint there and grab every retainer I see on the way.
Okay. Are you other two following?
Yes, I head towards. I'm walking at a discreet distance, enough to make it look like I'm interested, but also, if it turns out Atomica is overstepping her mark, I don't want to be close enough to
Again.
be to be
Yeah, I think I'll do the same. I'm assuming, by the way, that we've known each other for a while, right?
Yes, you already have known each other. You've been working together for a few years now.
Okay.
When the lord of this region was given his fiefdom, I'll write down this name a second so I won't forget it. Okay, so it's Lord Erin Calamar you're working for. When he was given this thief, he employed you as his entourage to help him run the place. So you have known each other now for maybe a couple of years. Just trying to find whether you run up and there's a door slightly open. With light streaming out across a darkened hallway, and the crying is coming from inside.
Is it a voice we recognise? I mean, who are the members of the family here? This is a woman. Is there a wife, a daughter?
You know the room to be the room of the what's the word I'm looking for? It's
Concubine.
Concubine. Yeah, not the bound concubine. There's 2 cups of concubine in this. Bound concubine is all like an unofficial wife, but the unbound is a lot freer.
Yeah,
this
Moon's
is
trying
a-
to come
This,
off me.
this is so to put it bluntly, this is his official bit of toddy.
Well, this is not his official bit. So this is his side bit.
His unofficial bit of toddy.
It's
Yeah.
like a teddy bear.
It's like a teddy bear.
Right, I don't know what you've been doing with your teddy bears over the years, but I can assure you, there's not like a teddy bear.
It paints a picture.
Certainly does.
The crying is coming from inside. You probably grabbed, as you ran, you probably grabbed a couple of guards as you ran up the corridor.
Yeah, follow me.
Okay, well, you're going straight in?
Yep, burst into the room.
Okay, you burst into the room, and she's sort of sitting on the floor at the end of her bed. She's in a fairly big dress, so it's sort of puffed out around her. Like she's going to like an official meal or dinner or something. And there's no one else in the room. And she's you notice she's holding a box in her hands.
Have you broken a fingernail?
I am not in the room. I am holding a discreet. I'm going to wait to see what the reaction to Atomica bursting in is. And if it sounds like she's welcome, then I'll enter.
I think when Atomica says, have you broken a fingernail? My deduction is no. Obviously, it's worse than that. So I actually do go in advance and see if she's hurt.
Okay, so she's quite surprised as you burst in, and she tries to stop sobbing as much as she can. She starts looking away and drying her eyes. And she says, "What are you doing here?"
I heard you crying. I was concerned somebody important had died.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not hurt. Please, can you go?
Yeah. I
We
suppose.
can leave you to your own emotions, however you want to process them.
Has that box been through security?
And when you mention the box, she starts sobbing again. And,
You don't think that could be somebody personal, Atomica, do you?
No, it's a box.
I nod at this girl to say, I understand it's a box of ashes or something. So
it's not a box of ashes. It's a lot smaller than that. Okay, so
right.
Notice there's a box of ashes, but she says, "Oh, they're gone. What am I going to do?"
Who's gone?
She said, "The necklace Lord Calamar gave me. It's gone." She says,
At this
so
point,
it is
I
a
do
security
enter the
issue.
room.
"Sorry, I didn't catch either of those things."
I said, at this point, I do enter the room.
Okay,
And I
so
said, so it is a security issue.
yes, yeah, it would be, yeah. So when you enter the room, Ronnie, you see Bartram,
Burton.
sort of consoling the lady with arm round shoulder on the floor. Atomica sort of standing up over her, and the 2 guards are there standing there looking quite awkward.
I'm looking around the room to see if there's like signs of egress or something.
Okay, if you could do me a roll.
Ooh.
Oh,
What you
right.
got on your sheet?
I have observation with a specialism in surveillance, so it's not really surveillance.
Let's see, what were you again? You were the
Swordmaster. I don't see anything else that. Oh, but I do have security with a specialism in systems, so presumably I have like CCTV or something.
You possibly do have CCTV. Yeah, true. Okay, so you want to roll me your. Let's see what did you say it was? Physique coordination, intellect. So intellect perception, and your security.
All right. Intellect, perception, and security.
And we're going for
Many numbers.
okay. No, you have to. What's your drama die to start with?
My what die?
Drama die.
Oh,
The drama die
it's the gay flag die. Because seriously, why would it not be? That's a 3.
3. Okay. So no bad or no good outcome particularly, but the result of your test. Okay. What's your numbers add up to?
Totals, right. 17.
17. Okay. So you've passed that quite easily. So as you look around the room, you can notice that things have been disturbed from what you normally perceive to be the correct places. There's like a perfume bottle on its side, and different things have been disturbed. You also notice the bedclothes are ruffled, and looks like they've just been thrown back into position quickly.
Right. What about, like, how would somebody get out of this room? What are the possible exits? Are there ducting and vents, windows, doors? There
is a window with a balcony, so there's like a door out onto the balcony. You're probably 3 stories up here, if you remember your layout correctly. But it is quite an ornate palace, so there probably would be handholds to climb down if the person was skillful enough. There are some air vents.
I will head out. I will go through the door onto the balcony and have a look about.
Okay. So you can go out and have a look about. You can't see anything outside. There's no rope or anything tied to the balustrade. You can see no one climbing down the building.
Any indication of sort of scuff marks on the stonework?
Not that you can see, no.
I'm going to grab one of the retainers and say I want a copy of all of the security feeds checked for the last 24 hours in this room. We don't have like a personal device of any kind, do we?
In what sort of way? What personal device?
Well, to actually receive that, yeah, you don't have something like that in Dune, do you? So, yeah, I want to know every person that came in or out.
He nods and turns and leaves to do that. The other guy is sort of like standing there looking a bit awkward, not knowing what to do.
I think we should move her to another room. I want to seal this room off so that we're not disturbing any evidence.
I would agree.
Okay. Can you all roll me some sort? I've got to learn what the skills are myself here now. Some sort of not observation. What's the character sheet? Looking for like a perception type of skill. Where's that to?
Well, there's
observation.
There's
observation, just
there's
observation.
observation, yeah, and then there's perception as an edge under intellect.
Okay.
Because there is one of the specialties on observation was like a search type thing, which I don't have. I have surveillance instead. That was the nearest thing I got to a kind of a sort of a spot roll, if you like, a perception.
Okay, you do observation again. Then I think that seems to be the only real one that's sort of suitable.
Observation, intellect, perception. Yeah.
Yeah.
And no specialty on the observation.
So how do you do this then? Is it just add the number of dice?
You're governing attribute.
Mm-hmm.
Then
so intellect is 3.
Then your edge.
So that would make 4 in total.
And your skill.
And the skill of observation, so 5. So 5 dice then.
Oh, drama dice rolled 1.
Oh, is the drama die on top?
No, one of those dice is on the drama die.
Okay, cool.
I rolled 21, but I got a 1 on my drama.
Oh, I got a 6 on my drama.
Oh, that's a good outcome.
And then total 15.
15, okay. Okay, so you both sort of roll quite well. You perceive that there's something she's not telling you. The doctor, knowing this sort of thing a lot more, being a lot more au fait with this sort of stuff than Atomica, thinks that she's embarrassed and the information needs to be coaxed out of her.
I sort of gesture slightly to my friends to sort of back away just a little.
If you don't have any luck, I'll take her to an interrogation chamber. And I walk out the room. Wait outside.
Okay, so were you going to take her to a different room, or are you going to keep her here now, or?
I'm going to keep her here just for a moment to speak to her, because I'm hoping, being alone, I might be able to gain some information from her just by gentle persuasion.
Okay, so Atomica leaves the room and sort of takes the guard with her and sort of posts him on duty outside. You start pacing the corridor a little bit, waiting for the information.
I sit near her, but not right next to her. I want her to feel that she has space.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want her to feel encroached.
I mean, she's obviously quite distressed. I mean, as a doctor, you might think you could give her something for it, but that might hinder your information gathering.
Well, it depends if it relaxes her or not.
What do you want to say to her? She's after the comment about the box, she started sobbing again. And
Madam, I can see that you're in distress, and I do not wish to exacerbate that, but we do wish to help you, but we must know what the problem is, please.
Says,
I assure you that what is said here will remain within these walls or amongst our associates, and we will treat it as precious.
She says that she's done something extremely silly. She says, and she can't see any way out. She's and she looks at both things. She says, I know you're loyal to the Lord. She says, but can I trust you? You
I place my hand just very gently on hers, giving it a slight squeeze, and just say, you can trust my discretion. I assure you, we will ensure that you are safe. Do not worry. But you must tell us. We want to help, but we must know. Please.
She says, well, my lord gave me a necklace, a family heirloom, extremely old, extremely pricey, expensive. She says, but it's gone. It was kept in this box and it's gone.
Do you have any suspicions as to who may have taken it?
And there, she clams up a bit, and she's sort of like, you know, she has.
My hand, I sort of slightly squeeze her hand again, not in any sort of nasty way, just slightly, and I place my other hand on her shoulder. You must tell us, please. We can't help.
She says,
your secret of what you've done is safe with us.
She says, I've done a very, very silly thing. She said, the Martini Count that is in the city on an inspection tour. She said, I've been sleeping for the last few nights, and he's taken the necklace. I'm sure it's him. It must be him.
What is the name of this miscreant?
Count Ilban.
Ilban. Any of us heard of this Ilban?
You would have. He's the factories. One of the factories in the area is making something for the Martini, and he's come towards the end of the job to inspect, make sure everything's in order. So he's on like an inspection tour, checking that everything's in order. So he's in the city for a couple of weeks.
What house is he?
Mortani. Sorry, I wrote it down wrong.
Martini?
Is that one of the major ones, was it?
That is one of the
Yes.
major houses. Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, diplomatic
Oh,
incident.
yeah, are
Fantastic.
we,
We're going for.
How do we feel about them, actually?
So yeah, you are
Mauritania, yeah.
you are Carino. So what's the Carino?
Yeah, I'm just finding it now.
I've gone too far. I think I've
Carino.
gone too far. I think Becky's gone too far.
Their allegiance more assured than the Harkonnens, the Mauritani have proven reliable agents in undermining the Atreides Landsrat support. So we kind of like them.
She says, I'm sure it must have been him. He's the only person that's been in here.
I will make inquiries. I assure you, we will not bring your name into disrepute.
She says,
I agree with my associate Atomica. We will find you different quarters for the next few nights. However, I must impress upon you that you must not see this man again.
She said, I couldn't face him now. She said, this is terrible.
He may very well be innocent or not. We will discover that. However,
When
He's
you're
a bad
due to meet him next? Let's go that.
She says, I don't know. She said, and she closes her eyes and she says, I woke up and he was gone.
Isn't that
She's
what
good.
usually happens?
No, certainly not. He's been nothing but the gentleman up until now. And she says, I'm meant to be. I was getting dressed for the party tonight, and I went to put on the necklace, and it's gone. I mean,
when was the last time you saw the necklace prior
well,
to
it's
this evening?
probably yesterday.
Yesterday.
When I was choosing the dress for tonight, she said I put it all on just to make sure it all went, and put it back in the box over on the dresser.
Just out of interest, and please understand that I ask this question purely for the interest of clarity. When you were choosing the dress and your ornaments, were you alone?
Well, no, she said he helped me choose the dress because the Lord Calamar specifically asked me to wear these jewels tonight because they're a family heirloom. I'm sure he's gonna blackmail me with them or something, make me do something.
Very well.
I just don't know what to do.
One more question from me. When you have been seeing him in the last few occasions, you said he was gentlemanly, but was there anything particular about his behavior that you noticed? Anything out of the ordinary?
No, she says not out of the ordinary. No, and obviously we've had to be a bit careful, especially within the palace. But
yes,
I just thought it was sort of nerves or excitement for being here. And
I need a description of this suspect.
yes.
Okay. So he's tall.
Is this what we know, or?
Well, you probably will have if you haven't met him, you would have had a briefing.
Okay.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Okay. So we know vaguely
I mean,
where that is.
probably Ronnie's character has probably met him. I would have
Yeah.
thought,
Okay.
being his job.
I sort of, I'm more sort of calmly sort of firm at this point. You must go now. We will arrange a new room. As far as the evening is concerned, the reason that you have been instructed to a new room is that you have felt unwell and this place is being cleansed.
Yeah, whatever. My problem is that you've broken the rules. You've brought this person in without. And look, just to be clear, you're not family, although I know you are politically positioned, right? But you need to vet people you bring in here.
She says, "I
They've
know
got to
I've
go
been,
through the process.
I know I've
You
been
don't
silly.
sneak people in.
I couldn't get him through the process because of the situation."
Yeah. And
Go-
that means it shouldn't be
Go
here.
with this. Go
Get
with
a
this
hotel
guard.
room.
Go with this guard. I go over to the guard. You will ensure that she has a different room on a different floor, preferably higher up.
This room is to be sealed off.
No one enters this room
Agreed.
without our express permission.
My
Jesus.
express permission, I say, being all security chief and feeling affronted.
What
Our
is
express
your
permission.
what is your how would you word this? What is your position on the Faulation scale or whatever the?
Oh, the Farflujas.
Hmm.
Right, the Farflujas. She's
Well,
Farflujas is what they call the.
What is your social rank basically?
Yeah, social rank, the
Oh.
caste system in
Because
this
if
setting.
anything, probably it would be Darius or me who's.
bondsman
Yeah.
3.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a bondsman in 3 as well.
I am at 4 then. I am
Yeah.
not familiar.
But it's a security issue, and that's my domain.
Actually, I would say that it runs very much prior to a diplomatic incident. And that goes
Security
back to
issues tend to have that impact, yes, if we don't deal with it properly.
I think, short term is going to be a security incident, but long term is going to be far more a diplomatic incident. Therefore, we approach both simultaneously.
And once she's left the room, I talk with. I feel that we can talk more openly. I did not want to admonish the young lady at this time. Right now, we have to deal with this situation and do a certain amount of damage control.
Would
Once we
be
have,
a lot easier to keep this place secure if we didn't have all these blinking concubines breaking the rules and family members thinking security doesn't apply to them.
I would agree with everything you have said. However, this is an incident that we have to deal with now. If we do not deal with it now, it's going to be a hell of a lot more problematic than you or I are going to be able to deal with. And at that time, then by all means, we can admonish the young lady. But right now, we need to keep her on side
Okay,
in case there's more information that she needs to tell us.
There are interrogation rooms.
Yes,
What do
I'd
you
like
keep
to
saying?
avoid those if necessary, because
Interrogation-
using an interrogation room tends to draw attention to itself.
Interrogation is one out of many methods of getting information out of people.
Just as a bit of background information for you, in the levels of the household. Okay, so you've got your lord at the top. Next is the heir designate. Okay, then will be a lady wife if there is one. Then will be the heir. Then will be a bond concubine, demi progeny, which is bastard children, and then you people below that. So she is quite. She's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps removed in the line from the head of the household.
Good
She's
luck with
quite
that one,
high up.
Monica.
Yeah, Tonica's like, get my best rubber hose.
Yeah, this is I
She
don't
needed
want,
to hear
I
it.
don't want to use I don't want to use the Con Air line, but I'm gonna. This is a situation that needs to be unfucked right now.
Right, I'm gonna head down to the security station and see if we got evidence.
Okay.
Basically,
What are you ever two doing? Are you going to give her
I'll
anything?
go with her actually.
I wouldn't mind maybe checking the bed specifically.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Well, we know that obviously this count was in the room, but I'm wondering if there was anybody else in here. Would there be any sort of evidence of, especially if they've, had fun together, any sort of fluids of that
Okay.
nature that I can extract? I don't know how it would work in June, but is there a way of me kind of basically doing a DNA sample?
You would be able to collect samples, and you might have to go out to a lab for that. But
I just want to make it clear. I'm going with Atomica. I'm not staying around to look at various fluids.
yeah, but it's the right thing to do. We need evidence of
Yeah.
who it was, and I mean that
Well,
evidence. And then put it
I
on
have
him whether it's him
no-
or not. So fantastic.
I have no.
On the way down,
Truth
while
is, I
I'm,
have no skill that way anyway, so I'm
Well,
modest.
that's what I'm there for.
as we're heading to the security station, and Darius is trying to sort of tell me off for reprimanding this woman who's higher ranked than us. I said, you do realise that once the Duke realises that she's lost the necklace and B, been sleeping around with members of other houses, then she'll lose her position anyway.
Yes, and right now that is the least of our concerns, because if this man is using this situation to manipulate our circumstances, then who she's been sleeping with or not may be the least of our house's worries.
Well, look, I agree. We need to get the necklace back. That is a priority. And we need to do it, preferably without starting a war with another house, especially a major one. Right?
Yes.
That is obviously essential. But at the same time, the Lord should be informed. And as soon as we've got evidence of who did it, that's exactly what we should do.
I would like to be able to give him a fait accompli.
Well, if you want to
That
keep
is-
information from our Lord, then by all means, go ahead.
No, I did not say that. I said fait accompli. Evidence, including the necklace back in his possession, plus the thief, all bag tagged in front of the Duke, in front of our master, and then we tell him everything.
okay, I do want to stop you because that was really good. But before she left, she was saying she wanted to know what she was going to do about tonight. She's meant to be wearing this necklace tonight.
Yeah, I told her she was to tell people she was unwell.
Okay.
That was that's why I was telling her she
Basically
is
stall-
unwell. I'm hoping she can stall and
Stall for
simply
time.
say she's
Okay.
going to be unable to attend that evening's proceedings because she's unwell. That's why I
As far
want
as
the story of the place being cleansed.
As far as I'm concerned, Darius, we need to tell the Lord before tonight. We have a couple of hours to assess to gather evidence. And then we present it to the Lord. I will not be keeping information from him.
I do not want to keep.
If you're going to play
information-
politics, you go play politics. But it's a
I do
security
not
issue.
want
It's a
to
security
keep-
breach.
I do not want to keep information from him, but we are talking about a representative of one of the more powerful houses in our jurisdiction. If we have, if
the Lord is too
if
stupid to understand the situation.
I am not stupid. Listen, if we go in there with
So you just claim to be the Lord.
with absolutely no evidence or mere speculation, we are going to end up causing the very diplomatic situation we are keen to avoid.
Okay.
Right.
You can search
the
the room for
evidence.
evidence.
We get
You
the
can-
necklace back. We get him hog-tied in front of him, and then by all means, we tell the master everything.
You can't go kidnapping a lord from a major house without even running it past your own duke.
Oh God,
Okay,
this is gonna be fun.
so we
I think you're acting above your station by 7 or 8 ranks.
so you're gathering information. You've gone down to the CCTV room.
Basically,
You
yeah.
get there,
Yes.
and there's
I'm fully aware of the fact that my plans to try and keep a lid on this may have been completely blown by the fact that Atomica and I are having a brownie down the hall. Because I don't quite see how we're having this in a quiet, hushed tone.
it's pretty heated. So you get there, and there's a couple, 3 guys gathered around different monitors and going through footage and going back and through. And as you both walk in, they sort of snap to attention.
What have you found so far?
We believe we found the segment of film you're looking for, he says, but
Excellent.
only from the corridor outside of a room. We've yet to track anything else then.
Right. What does it show?
On
the tape.
Runs the tape, and you do indeed see this guy come out of the room, and he comes out of the room and he shuts the door quietly, and he sort of he looks very pleased with himself, and he has something in his hand that he sticks into his coat pocket and then sticks his coat.
Freeze that, please.
Blade Runner thing.
zooms in, and it's the guy that you've got the description of, Atomica, and Darius, it is the guy you've met. From what you can see, it is him. He puts it in his pocket, puts his coat on, looks up and down the hall each way, and then strolls off, looking very pleased and confident.
I want to know where he went, because he's unattended at this point, and we, as far as I'm concerned, this is an infiltrator, so we need his full movements plotted. And do we have any cameras in the rooms? Is that a thing?
There's no cameras in the rooms, not especially. Well, there might be lower down people, but not that high up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I want to know exactly where he went, and right up to the point where he leaves the building.
So
And if we got footage outside, I want that too.
The guard that you sent to the room you grabbed on your way there said, "No one passed me in the hall." They must have gone a different way from where I was stationed.
He could still be in the house.
He could still be in the house.
We need to put an alert up. We need everyone
I
looking.
agree.
Are you putting an alert out and telling the Lord exactly what the alert is, or are you putting out a cover story?
Right. I am going to tell the staff exactly who they're looking for. That goes through all of the retainers, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to look at Darius and I'm going to say, well, how do you want the Lord to find out?
No. I had hoped that the video evidence, purely from a diplomatic perspective, would have required some finessing.
Would have
But,
allowed you to play Lord. Yes, exactly. Right, on our way.
I'm afraid we have no choice.
I wonder how Bertie was getting on with that cum.
Oh dear. I'm pleased I'm doing my bit. Away from all the bickering and diplomatic complications.
Well, all we know is all your scientific inquiry is coming along.
Very good. So
just spits and spurts.
So you're going to go back and see, because you'd be in your lab by now, I assume, as well, wouldn't you? After you collected your samples, you'd be in a lab doing some tests.
Yes, definitely. I wasn't sure how
Okay.
far I got through it. But yes,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think samples wouldn't be that hard to find.
I would hope not, especially given they're supposed to have done it earlier.
Yeah, samples weren't that hard to find. So you gather a few samples. Maybe you gather some hair from a brush well, you probably have our sample with DNA on record anyway, but you might gather some sample from a brush just as a screen
Mhm.
off to your lab, and you're running some tests as these two walk in,
Okay.
and you look up and you can see they've had a bit of a bit of a fall in it maybe.
Is everything all right?
I was heading for the Lord.
Oh, you go
Yeah.
straight to the Lord. You don't want this information from the doctor first.
I do, but at the same time, the staff are already getting the word, and I think the Lord needs to hear it from us. So, I think
Oh,
certainly
I
it's-
say to Atomica, go. I will collect the information from the doctor and see you there.
Okay, so you go straight to the Lord. You go and see Burton.
Yeah.
deal with them first because they've Jason
So
has
yeah,
been active.
comes in. So Darius, what you doing? You just walked in and hard at work over his microscopes and dropping dyes and stuff in. And
We've been arguing.
No. Our chat was as pleasant and as congenial as always.
I'm not just a doctor with chemicals. I can read you quite well as well.
Yes, my sarcasm is permanently dripping like some of your vat. What have you got for us?
Good question, Mr. GM.
yes, you
Do you need
have.
me to make a roll or something?
No, I mean I don't really see a point because this is your field, isn't it? This is what you're.
Yes, it is my field.
This is what you're all about. So no, you it's fairly simple. You have isolated two DNAs. You've identified one against your records as being the concubine, and one unidentified. Obviously, you don't have his DNA on test, but all you can do is narrow it down to maybe the planet or the house as a generalization.
Okay,
But it points into the general direction of the information you have.
Yep. Well, distinctively two people. I was concerned whether there might be a third involved or anything like that. It does appear that it is this count. However, I can't get an exact reading, for I have no records of him. But I've got the concubine as well.
Well, the evidence in and of itself is circumstantial. However, some of the other evidence that we have is absolutely damning of him. I will. The video evidence shows him leaving the apartment.
What's wrong with that?
Well, I had tried, hopefully, to keep a lid on things till we worked out what to do, but the situation has rather overtaken things.
I see.
Atomica is on her way to tell the Duke just now. And
She's what?
yes. So best spit and polish, the best information you can give us on that DNA sample, please, with regards to house, planet of origin, and so on. I need to narrow it down.
Well,
He's not
so
going
far,
to be happy that it isn't his.
well, that's so far all I can get. I can't get anything more specific unless I get some records.
Keep it on file. I have a feeling that we might be able to provide you with a sample to match with very quickly.
I was going to say, okay, if we whip over to Atomica at the moment. Okay, so you sort of approach a large ornate door frame with two guards on the side of it. The door shut. The guards are armed. They've got shields. They're armed with rifles, slug throwers. And as you approach, they go into the sort of salute with the guns, and you stop in front of the door.
I assume that's the protocol, is it? Do I knock?
You knock or indicate first, and you get a call from inside to come in. And as you go in, you can see that inside there's the Lord sitting down at a table with a mentat standing there talking to him, giving him a report. And the mentat looks at you and says, "Atomica."
A prescient issue for his lordship.
And yes,
you may wish it for your own ears only.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. If you could give us a minute, he says. I could spare you a minute of my time. I'm getting ready for a party, and I just need to get this report done. But please. And he steps outside. The mentat steps outside for a minute. And said, "Please, what seems to be the problem?"
It appears one of your concubines has had some indiscretion with a member of another house who may still be on the premises and has, we believe, stolen a valuable item from the concubine, something you gifted her. A necklace.
He just sits in his chair, sort of open. As you speak, his mouth goes further and further open. He's just looking at you. What? Someone, she's brought someone into the house and slept with them, and he's stolen the necklace.
That appears to be the case, my lord. We're checking the house now, top to bottom, to see if he's still here, and tracing the footage to see if, where he's gone. We appear to be playing catch up at the moment, though.
Well, who else knows?
That we're looking for this person. I've informed the household staff so they can do a full search. Who knows of this indiscretion is myself, Bertim, and Darius.
He sort of stands up, pushes his chair back and stands up and strolls up across the room a little bit and shaking his head. He said, who is it? Who was it?
We believe... Oh, hang on. No, the indiscretion was with, and I give the name of the guy. We have fairly good evidence that he was the one who stole the necklace, but it is not beyond denial in a court.
Such a thing is never going to get to court.
Oh, sorry, I lost sound for a moment there. I mean, I rather meant in the court of opinion between houses. You know.
That's the concubine's
I was
name.
going to say this was never getting in a court ever.
He says, what do you think? What do you think the reason for stealing the necklace was? Is it just a trophy to embarrass me?
It could be. You might be planning something tonight.
Oh God, the party! Oh damn it! Wonder if we should call it off. No, we can't. We can't call it off.
Has he been invited?
Yes, he has. We couldn't have a party at this level and not invite a prominent member of another family like that when he was in town.
What would you like us to do when he arrives?
I don't know. He said the trouble is there's going to be people from the Imperial household there, observers from the Imperial household. We're going to have to handle this extremely carefully.
There's a good chance it'll be on whoever he brings.
Oh God, I hadn't thought of that. He's not even going to keep it private between us. Oh, you can see he's just sort of like he walks over to a table and pours himself a stiff drink and doesn't even think about offering you one. And then as he's refilling it, he's saying, Have you
Fine, I only have protein shakes.
Oh God.
have you arrested Verenius yet?
Is that the...
Yeah, that's the concubine.
Oh, I felt that would be to your discretion. We've moved her to another room for the moment and kept her in there, and felt it would be your decision as to what should happen to her.
You say that the doctor and the strategist knows. What's their reports? Get them in here. I want a report.
I'll get them to, because there's no communicator or anything, is there?
I think someone's got a communicator.
Is that, oh yeah,
Oh, me.
transmitter.
Well,
Yes.
I'm heading towards the room anyway.
Yeah. So I'll call. I'll patch them into a public speaker so they can talk while they're walking.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you advise them to get there as soon as possible, and within a few minutes they turn up at the door and enter the same sort of way as you did. And you see the Mentat still waiting outside, getting pretty impatient actually. And the Lord says, "Oh, I forgot him." And he goes over and he has a few words with him and gives him a task. He goes off. And he shuts the door, turns to you three. He goes, "Well, what have you other two found out?" Atomica tells me that there's a whole story about this count. What can you tell me about him? What do you know?
At the moment, that he was Vernus's lover. We are not sure yet whether his intention, whether their tryst was a falling in love, or whether he was using her for the direct purpose of stealing the necklace or some other nefarious scheme. With regards to Vernius, I have created the story that she is unwell, which is why she had. Which is why she was moved. Which is why she was moved to a different room. It is a plausible deniability as to why she will not be attending tonight's proceedings, my lord.
He looks at Atomica and goes, "Under guard, I hope."
Mm-hmm.
Yes. With regards to her arrest, whilst I understand that it would be normal, I would advise caution. An arrest tends to attract attention. The rumor goes around, and in this house, probably faster than normal. The point is, if his intention was to sow discord and disdain, rumor or news of her arrest would aid in his intentions. As such, I would suggest not arresting, or at least not announcing any arrest, at least for the moment.
Doctor, what do you have?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I came along because I was.
Oh, okay.
Kind of
You were
still
summoned
doing
by the
stuff.
Lord.
If I'm summoned, fine. But okay, in that case, what I've written in the chat, I just suddenly have this realization of, oh shit, I need to make sure I've done the box as well. But I just say, at the moment, my lord, I'm in the process of sampling things like hair to ensure who was in the room at the time. And at the moment, it does seem to narrow down to the concubine and this count. However, I do not have any firm records of this count. If I'm able to obtain some, then I would be very much grateful for that.
I'll get I forgot. We'll call him Thufa for now, Mentat. We'll get the Thufa on it, and you'll be able to find some sample blood from Oh
Thank
dear. What can we do if he turns up with someone wearing this necklace? Everybody there is going to know.
What if we extend the entrance corridor sufficiently that one couple walking through at a time, and we have a side door that we bundle him into if he's done that?
An assault on a member of a great house at a party.
Well,
No,
he won't
not-
have arrived at the party yet.
Not an assault. Merely waiting in a side room, my lord. Perhaps we could
We could do
say
it with
that you
words.
Yes.
wanted to meet him personally, given his status. So we'd send him to a side room for a private meeting with you.
That might be just as well. Yes, that might be just as well.
The
Oh,
important
terrible.
part, my lord, is that whatever action we take, we do so with the utmost discretion.
My main concern, if you don't mind me saying, is how to essentially get the necklace back once we have the lady alone.
Well, the first things first, we need to spend as much time as possible actually trying to catch him before the event.
Of
I
course.
agree.
We still don't know for certain if he'll come, and if he does, whether he'll bring the necklace. I mean, you don't want it surfacing at a later, even more inopportune time.
I mean, if you went to the imperial court with it, everyone there it's been in the family for thousands of years. Everyone at the court would recognise it. It's a one of a kind. Even the emperor admires it.
I have a feeling I know exactly what his plan would be. It would be to attend this evening's festivities, make some claim, discuss the necklace, its provenance, and so on, and then ask as a guest that could he see this wonderful necklace, this jewel of your house.
Yes.
And then when you are unable to produce such a
It's going
necklace,
to cause a scandal.
that is my thought.
Okay, we better see if you can catch him as soon as possible.
We'll
Yes,
do
my
our
lord.
best. We could run the line that the necklace is off planet.
I don't know what excuse we give for that, but start working on something like that.
For the moment, what do you wish of your concubine? I would suggest the story of her being unwell at the moment will work.
I was thinking more of a prison cell.
A prison
Another
cell,
option.
I understand, will be the long term, my lord. I understand that completely. But for now, we must ensure that no
Actually-
scandal attaches to you.
Actually, if it might be an idea to move her into isolation, out of the normal family home. She certainly, for a start, can't be trusted.
Certainly.
And in addition to that, we don't yet know if they have any designs on her beyond just the necklace. They may have conditioned her. They may have programmed her for something.
That is true.
I'd rather get her into a dungeon.
At least
By
for her own
all
safety, I do
all
understand that.
move her to a dungeon, but do not make any claim as to an arrest at this time.
Oh, yes, of course. Not an idiot.
Okay. See what you can do to find him and send Thufir back in, please.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll do just that, and then I'll go to this. What was her name? Kalia Vernius's room.
As soon as I'm kind of out of the room, I'm going to sprint back to the bedroom, make sure I've done the cotton wool bud all over the box, and
I am going to leave the the investigation to the capable hands of Atomica. I am more interested in trying to ease any possible diplomatic tensions that may arise when it inevitably goes wrong.
Okay, you might well be involved in the party preparations anyway, being a bit of a diplomatic type. So if you arrange for this side room and for the people to be announced singly through this hallway, if you're
Yes.
doing that.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, carry on.
No.
Like I said, the investigation continues with the box. And Atomica.
Why didn't I think of this before?
So, yeah, I'm going to, Ms. Vernius, we need to move you again. Unfortunately, we believe you may still be in the house, and we need to get you somewhere more secure.
Oh, certainly, if you don't think it's safe here.
It may not be. We don't yet know his plans. If you could come with me, please, and then I'll have
No
the
one-
guard.
No
Well,
one
with
knows,
us-
do they? No one knows. do
No one knows. No. Just the three of us. And I take her down to the security station.
they? Oh, I've never been in this
Dungeons
part of the
thing.
house before.
Yes, well, it is the most secure part of the house. Anyone who had designs on you would have to get through 50 of the Lord's Elite Guards.
Oh, I feel very safe.
Yes, absolutely. If you just walk through this door here, don't mind the style of it. It is a security door.
Well, it's
Yeah.
it's a very barren room. There's not much in here, is
It
there?
is, isn't it? Yeah.
What are you doing?
Doesn't matter. We can't hear her now. But she is under camera.
I guess you lock her up.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we've just gone 11.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it there for tonight for the first bit. You're getting into it. Well done.
Yeah.
I think there's some pretty good role playing going on there, actually. So we'll
Thank
give
you.
you some initiative points. Or was it, which one was it? Was it
No, it's Karama or
Karama.
Karama points. So you can have a
We
Karama point.
start with 3, I believe.
Start with 3. Okay, start with
just-
3, and you can have an extra one as well for role playing.
Hey.
So what can we use them for? Like for re-rolling?
You can use it to
Plans.
for
Oh, that's right.
foiling enemy actions.
Well, as you said, babe, we just need to save them all up straight away, and then do a drop ship with lasers. And
Yeah, only problem with that is you're currently in your home city.
Yeah, but the enemy's here.
yeah, we can just say it was the enemy.
I have a better plan. We're not going to blow this city up. We're going to go the other side of the planet and blow Corinth up. That's where the Emperor is.
Yes.
Okay.
I won't finish
Because
the
that
campaign.
won't go badly for us at all.
I won't finish the campaign as Empress if the Emperor is still in power.
You still want to become Empress? Oh my god,
Well, there's a goal there.
that is a goal. Yeah.
It's a personal goal, obviously.
And yeah,
I don't think it's going to be particularly personal once she becomes Empress.
okay. I do have to state 2 comments from Steve. First of all, the one he's put on here, which is good stuff, guys. Bit of player drama going on, always
I
fun.
can put the thing up here.
And the one he actually sent to me on Discord, which I am going to read out in full. Where is it? You've went and taken it off, Stephen.
I
Bad
see.
man.
Talking about behind our back, eh?
No, he merely remarked that you are playing Atomica from Kitane, so you really are Atomica Kitane, as an atomic kitten.
Good.
Seems appropriate.
It does.
Which I thought was great. I loved that.
Okay, well done.
And that's why I didn't answer, Stephen. I was waiting because I wanted to tell the whole group because I thought it was hilarious. But yeah,
I'll get that.
you are
character
a
sheet fixed
Tomatic
tomorrow.
thing.
Yep, I could totally go blonde for this. I was thinking of having a hairstyle that was like a galaxy or something.
A galaxy.
Yeah.
Color-wise.
And we won't be making you whole again. We'll be blowing a hole again.
I mean, style-wise.
Oh, okay.
It's the
I
future.
can blow a
Oh.
hole
It
again.
is the future. Yeah, quite a way in the future, actually.
Exactly. And then when I'm Empress, I can set humanity off on my golden shower.
I don't even want to know about your gold.
Where is this
That's
going,
gold.
babe?
June has a golden path, right? The Emperor Leto, the God Emperor, wants to set humanity off down the golden path, which is this turns out to be. Actually, I don't want to spoil it if anyone does want to read the books at some point. But I thought if I have a hairstyle that has like shaped like a galaxy and it's blonde, when I get it cut, that's like little bits of blonde falling down, so it's a golden shower. And that will be
I would
the
just like
path I set humanity on. A golden shower.
to say, I think your idea of a golden shower is a bit pish. Whee! Oh no! Oh. And in next week's frightening installments, we can take bets now as to how many times Atomica and Darius are going to argue.
I don't know why you wanted to do this whole "let's not tell anyone" thing. I mean, that's absolute suicide. You set yourself up to be murdered. Why would you do that?
I didn't want to tell him until we had enough information.
You wanted to have
Because
caught
I was
the time
sensitive.
first. It's like,
You've got a fair bit of information there.
Yeah, once
Yeah,
I
I mean,
realized how
DNA is
much
pretty.
information we had, I said, yeah, we got to tell him.
it's like you wanted to be the one, the Lord making the decisions on what we do, and it's like, no. We are flunkies. We basically tell the Lord what he should do, and he says, do that.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Michael
Michael.
B.
Thank you,
See.
Mike B.
Very good of you, Michael. Thank you.
When you came on, we basically just finished character gen, so you didn't miss much anyway.
Yeah, it was mostly going through the book, going, where's this? How does this
Yeah.
work? I don't
I'm so
understand.
confused.
No-
What
no
the
one's-
hell?
No one's played it before, so we're all just getting to grips with it. So,
Yeah.
And the book is a bit to and fro-y, and the character sheet is a bit off still. So
It's a lovely £2,500 book. I'm so glad we bought
Yes,
them all.
it's beautiful.
It's
Yeah.
one of the most beautiful, expensive things I've ever seen.
I love how that's more expensive than my keyboard. It's just mind blowing.
It's Dune Chronicles of the Imperium.
Yes,
It's using a version of the venerable.
West End.
Sam,
West
thank you
End.
very much, Sam.
I did read up on how to roll properly because apparently I did it wrong. But there we go. Now I know. It's a bit convoluted, but again.
Yeah, it is a bit. You were selecting your dice, so you got your attribute pool.
I just, this $2,500 thing, you realise that's for a used copy.
They don't. Yeah, they only made
Well-
3,000.
Oh, that's right. You said, yeah.
Yeah, but on Amazon, it's £2,678.99 for a used copy. Like,
That might just be the seller taking a piss a bit.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Yeah.
plus £2.80 delivery.
Oh well, that's
No,
just shocking.
that's the bit that's taking the piss. The fact that it's $2,500 and he's charging delivery.
Oh, thank you, Sam.
Yeah, it was good, isn't it? No, is it really, Steve?
10,000.
Jesus, $10,000 on eBay.
Wow.
Move
See,
over
honestly,
fighting fantasy. Wow.
It's a bargain. on Amazon.
Hell.
I'm glad we got our copies from Amazon.
Oh, I've seen it for £350. £7.50. There's the 10,000 copy. Yeah, £10,000. But you can get it for as little as 350 quid. That's got 38 bits on, plus £4.70 postage. Don't forget.
I was
Hello,
gonna say,
Saffron.
is it 350 quid plus 9,000 postage?
I've just realised who Sam is. It's my daughter Saffron.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello,
I've
Saffron.
never met Saffron before. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Thanks for watching.
By the way, hi, Dad. Yeah, it's Saffron. Hiya, honey.
Anyway,
Actually, midnight, actually.
if we're not ending the stream at this moment, I am going to need to just disappear off to the bathroom anyway.
Well, let's
So,
end the stream.
and I just feel there's no stream without me. So, I think it's time to say goodnight.
We are doing a stream without you on Monday, though, as you know.
Yeah. Maybe we should set up a POG 3 channel.
What, for Francoise's haunting musings?
No, for non-me streams.
Wow. Let's end the broadcast.
Thank you
Bye,
very much.
everyone. See you Monday.
See you, Sam.